what are the non-negotiables for you in terms of preparation, in terms of nutrition, in terms of training, that are the things that are going to keep you training at a reasonable level of intensity for that time that you're on the road?
Yeah, I mean, to me, effort and intensity are a choice. They're a choice. Like you can, and the output is a byproduct, but the effort and the intensity is a choice. Like that's like bottom line what it is. Like you're tired, you can choose to fuck it. Like, how long is a set? 45 seconds? Really? You can't
Yeah.
find or you're that dehydrated or malnourished, you can't find 45 seconds. Like you can find 45 seconds. And that above all else is, I think, the number one key to training and traveling is that intensity and effort are a choice. And people can either choose to succumb to their itinerary or they can choose to not. And it's just like, it really becomes that, like at the end of the day. Now
Mhm.
there's a lot of, I think I look at it, there's a lot of like mechanics in the way that I like make my decisions around training. And that's coming after like, okay, I've chosen to try, as often as I can. And some days like but you're in there anyways. But I think number one is intensity and effort are a choice. You choose to just do that. Fall asleep in between sets if you have to, but like it's time to do the work, just do the work. Your output will kind of gauge like, oh, okay, I'm not going to go as heavy based off of this, but I know I'm still trying. I see a lot of people just fold it up before they even get in the gym. One, they'll skip workouts because of the training scenario isn't optimal. And some of the best workouts I've had are in what would physiologically be deemed or habitually be deemed less than optimal. So it's like
Mhm.
you have a choice. You can get in there, and it's like that's why I always say like performance is the proxy. That came from this idea of always having to travel on the road. So that's like thing number one, because I think in these conversations out of the rip, it starts with data collection. It starts with sleep scores and hydration, and then step counts and all of this stuff. And it's like, look, man, all I need is 45 seconds. Like I look at training a lot like how I look at football, and like I'm not like a football player by any stretch of the imagination. I've never played, but we work in predominantly the pro athletes that I work with are in football. And when you break down the sports science of football at just a really high level, you look and you see, well, the average play time in the NFL is about 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes, give or take. So like the game goes on for a handful of hours, but when you peel back the Bad Bunny concert and the Bud Light commercials, you're actually only looking at 12 and a half minutes of playing time, which pretty much is accumulated at 5.6 seconds at a time, which is the average play length. And you think of like offense and defense on either side of the ball. It's like you may deal with athletes that play, 6 or 5 to 6 minutes a game in total playing time. It's like in increments of 5 seconds, you can find it. Right. So I look at training a lot like that. It's like, okay, you're at the line of scrimmage, that whistle goes, the set starts. You got to give me 40, 45 seconds. Okay, great. Do what you got to do in between to get back up for that thing. So I think like the habits and rituals are actually just they're taken to macro and they're not micro. Like I'm very habitual in the gym, right? Like the music I listen to, the sets, like right down to the very like binary 1-0 of like I'm doing the thing, I'm not doing the thing, I'm not lifting weights, lifting weights. Like that's the level of granularity that I set my habits to, so I can get to where I need to be to execute in a set. That's like all it really comes down to is like you can put your the feeling of being tired or dehydrated or whatever, you can put that shit aside. You can put it aside, and your output may not be the same. It may be 7 reps instead of 8, but 8 reps in that metabolic and neurological environment is still going to warrant an adaptation. Intensity and effort are a choice. So that's like thing number one, that I think when a lot of people look at traveling and training, they look like super, super macro, right? They look really well, and like I'm being hyperbolic here, but like it's a full moon on Tuesday, so it's like, wait, we're going off lunar cycles now? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, no. The cycle is rep starts, rep stops, rep starts, rep stop. Like that's how incremental you have to be. Like even down, like I audit each rep individually for technique and position, starting point, ending point. What am I feeling? How can I make like these minor adjustments? Because I can make those adjustments. I can't make an adjustment to being rerouted from Dubai to Istanbul. I can't make that adjustment. I can make an adjustment on like, you know what, I'm going to like tuck my elbow in a little bit more. I feel something here. Oh, I can squeeze out a few more reps. Great. So I just think like there's a presence of mind that most people just completely sidestep when they start this endeavor, and they start with, you know, what they consider to be the basics, and it's like those basics aren't afforded to you. Sleep is not afforded to you, right? Like if you, and it's like you can, I don't know, like you can have goals or not. Like it's really up to you. And it's like, I'm not like a David Goggins-y type person. Like I'm not like, just do whatever you want. Just don't tell me a bullshit story. And like, this is a therapy session of someone who just gets the bullshit story, right? Like all people love to talk to me about this very topic. And I have to be cordial one-on-one individually when I have the conversation, because I can't just tell people to like, I don't like, you know, like I don't, I try to think of a comparison. Like I'm not 6% body fat because I like know the choices I make. I have receipts. They're on Uber Eats. I know what the receipts are, right? Like it's like I know it's not a surprise to me. Like no one's injecting calories into my salad, so it's like you just have to be honest with yourself a lot of times, right? And I think I would consider myself lucky because I just love to train. And I think that's ultimately where it starts. Like I can think of nothing more than what I would like to do than just be in the gym and like lift weights and move around and like kind of feel stuff out and try different things and all that. So that's like thing number one. I think there's some mechanics to like if I fly east versus I fly west, crossing certain time zones, duration in the air, and like because now we can get into it. It's like, okay, you solve for that variable first. Start with that first. Start with like, you know, with figuring out do you want to be strong? Do you want to be in shape? Like all the people that come up to me all the time and go like, I don't understand how you're, you know, either bigger than me or stronger than me or whatever. And I travel or not at all. And you're traveling all the time. And I just have to kind of look at them long and hard and go, really? You don't understand? You don't understand? You don't get it? Like I can't help you if you don't get it. So that's like thing number one. Like you got to be able to fucking bring yourself to the place that you need to be to execute for the time you have, and you just choose effort and intensity, or you choose to not get the results. Like I don't understand that, but that's like the thing, honestly, because I've had in-depth conversations with people about this, and I've ended up distilling it down to that. Like I train with them, like, dude, I'm 17 hours in the tank, and I'm training with you that woke up in your own bed this morning, and I'm beating the fucking brakes off you. And it's like, you don't train hard enough, dude. Like, it's just that simple. You just don't fucking train hard enough. So that's like kind of I'll throw it back because that's my first thing is it literally just comes down to that. Like, it's not that hard. You want to know why I know that? Because I do it. I don't tend to do hard shit. Like I don't.
I mean, no, people like to do hard shit within their comfort zone, right?
Right. It isn't hard.
Exactly. It's something you're comfortable doing. But as things go outside of your control, outside of your comfort zone, there has to be a little bit of kind of letting go of that control, or like understanding that you're not in control and kind of picking and choosing the things that you are going to control, right? Because that's what fucking travel is. I've had so many fucking annoying flights this year. I had a flight where a newborn almost died 2 seats in front of me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they had to like stop this plane. I was going from New York to Florida. They stopped it in Dulles in DC so they can pull this kid off and get him some oxygen and all this shit, and then got us back in the air after a 3-hour delay. So that's turned a 3-hour flight into a 6-hour flight. And I can't do shit. I can't do shit about that. You know, I'm going to get in probably close to midnight now as opposed to 9 o'clock. My fucking grocery order is sitting on the porch in the Florida heat. Like, it's all of these things that I can't fucking control. So that's, I think, a big part of this is that people that are in an environment that they control all the time, when they start to get exposed to variables that they can't control, they start to lose their fucking shit. Like, you start to stress over things that there's no point in stressing over because you can't change it. And that's like maybe a metaphor for life, but is being able to interpret and discern and make decisions around what is worth your energy, right? Like, are you going to worry on this entire flight if you're going to land on time so that you can, meet the Uber Eats delivery guy and whatever? Or are you just going to take control of the things that you can take control of and actually make sure that the variables that are in your hands are getting executed on? And that's like exactly what you're saying. The things that you can control is how hard you're fucking trying, effort, putting yourself in position to be able to perform when you get to the gym. And that's kind of the way that I look at this from like the macro view. Is I start from like, all right, what does the travel schedule look like? Where are the gyms in these general areas? Like understanding, like you mentioned flying east versus west, like what condition am I going to be in when I hit the ground? What type time of day is it? What are my responsibilities outside of working out? And like really being able to hone in on, all right, like these are all things that I'm going to have constraints around me training. So what are the things that I can actually control? Like the schedule is probably set, whatever you're doing. So like understand when you have a break that you can actually fucking train, understand where that gym is, how you're going to get there. Um, Outside of that, like the big things for me are controlling for like energy levels, I guess we could say, like sleep, caffeine, nutrition. Like those are all like the things that are well within my control. I think anyone who's ever been to an airport knows that you're not getting any real protein in an airport or on an airplane. So like whether you're equating for that and fucking slamming Fairlifes on the way to the airport, if you're eating like larger meals throughout that day so that you can get the pre-flight nutrition in that you need to, like Instacart is the best fucking thing when you're traveling because like I said, you can schedule to your doorstep all the nutrients, all the hydration, everything that you need so that the second you get there, it's waiting for you.